For the day of the Lord is near, for I will gather all of the nations to battle against Jerusalem. Zechariah 14, verses 1 and 2. These words, spoken by the prophet Zechariah centuries ago, paint a vivid picture of Jerusalem besieged by enemies. Today we see those words echoing in the geopolitical realities of the Middle East. Israel, God's chosen nation, finds itself surrounded by hostile forces, a stark reminder of the ancient prophecy and a sign of the times we live in. The very existence of Israel as a nation amidst a sea of opposition is a testament to God's faithfulness, but it is also a call to vigilance, a reminder that we are living in the last days, a time of great tribulation and unprecedented spiritual warfare. Israel today faces threats from every direction. To the north, Hezbollah amasses weapons fueled by Iran's ambition for regional dominance. To the south, Hamas continues its rocket attacks, driven by a deep-seated hatred for the Jewish state. In the international arena, anti-Semitism is on the rise, often disguised as anti-Zionism. The enemies of Israel may take many forms, but their goal is singular: the destruction of the Jewish state. Like Goliath facing David, they stand defiant, boasting of their strength and vowing to wipe Israel off the map. But we must remember David's victory over Goliath. It was not by might nor by power, but by the Spirit of the Lord that David prevailed. Today, the battle for Israel is not merely a physical one, it is a spiritual battle. The enemies of Israel are not just flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, Ephesians 6:12. Our weapons are not carnal, but mighty in God for pulling down strongholds, 2 Corinthians 10:4. Section 4, Israel, the apple of God's eye. Why is Israel so central to this spiritual battle? Because God himself declared, "He who touches you touches the apple of his eye," Zechariah 2:8. Israel is not just another nation, it is the land God promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is the land where Jesus walked, where he died and rose again. God's covenant with Israel is everlasting, and his love for his chosen people is unwavering. The fate of Jerusalem is intertwined with the fate of the world, and what happens in Israel has profound implications for all of humanity. Section 5, the budding fig tree, a sign of the times. Jesus himself used the fig tree as an analogy for the nation of Israel, saying, "Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near. So you also, when you see all these things, know that it is near, at the doors." Matthew 24:32-33. The rebirth of Israel as a nation in 1948 after centuries of exile is a clear fulfillment of biblical prophecy and a sign that we are living in the end times. The convergence of events in the Middle East with Israel at the epicenter is a wake-up call for the church to be vigilant and prayerful. Section 6, pray for the peace of Jerusalem. The psalmist wrote, "Pray for the peace of Jerusalem, may they prosper who love you." Psalm 122:6. Our response to these tumultuous times should be one of unwavering faith and fervent prayer. We must stand with Israel, not because they are perfect, but because God's word is clear. He blesses those who bless Israel and curses those who curse her, Genesis 12:3. More importantly, we must be spiritually prepared. The return of Christ is imminent and we must be ready to meet him. Let us be found faithful, watching and praying, for the day of the Lord is at hand.